So, this is Carlton with Carlton's Travel Adventures. Hope you all doing great today. I'm doing this little video about dogs or animals in Medellin. Probably applies to all of Colombia, but I live here in Medellin, so I'm talking about Medellin. It's my experience here. So they love animals, man. They love animals in Medellin, especially dogs. People have 2, 3 dogs in their house sometimes, which I'm not crazy about. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't start talking about me. See, I hate animals or I hate dogs. I love animals. I love dogs. I love dogs and I love birds, especially those parrots, right? 2 things I love. I don't like snakes, and I really don't like cats that much. Because cats tear stuff up in the house. You can't control it. They jump on the table, jump on the refrigerator. I know some people love cats. I just don't like cats in my house. I go to your house, you have a cat, I'll play with it. I don't want them in my house. That was a problem with me and my ex-wife and my son. You know, this cat here in my food, no matter how you clean, it gets away. Let's not get away from the topic. Topic was about dogs. So they love dogs in Medellin, probably in Colombia in general. Right below me, there's a dog park. Every afternoon you see 20 park dogs there playing around and so forth. I love them, but personally, I grew up in a lot of my first 15 years or so in an island, right? And it's a poor island, and we weren't poor. We weren't sorry. We weren't rich. We weren't poor either, but middle class. But just the culture of the island or the countries that they're dogs, they're animals, okay? They're not human beings. So when I came to the United States, see people have these dogs in their house. That was kind of gross. And they wash the dogs in the sink, in the tub and all that stuff in the sink. It did kind of gross me out. I got used to it over time, but still, I just think dogs belong outside, right? So that's cruel there in the sun. Nah, I mean, you don't leave them in a hot sun. You make a little cage for them, a little house for them, put water out there. They didn't seem to die all the years in the islands when it's 95 degrees out there and you're out there. They never died, right? Give them water, you're outside, they never died, right? Went to someone's house a few months ago, and they had 3 dogs and a cat in the house. And it wasn't a big house, a small house. And I say to myself, I would never buy a dog if I live in an apartment. If I live in a finca, there's a lot of land out there, they can run all day outside, chase some squirrels or whatever, exercise, then I'd love to have a dog, I grew up with German Shepherds, Alsatian. I love those dogs. They can be a little dangerous if you don't train them properly, which is most of the case when they bite someone. But they can be very gentle dog, very, very smart dog, do what you want, a lot of tricks and so forth, like a collie. So I love German Shepherds and Alsatians. Certain dogs I don't like, I call them hot dogs. Those little really small dogs, a little elongated, and they're like, I call them a hot dog. Sorry. And the real small one looks like a rat. If it's so small I can't see it, I don't want it around. Sorry. I know people love those dogs, and that's fine. This is not me, okay? Give me a bigger dog. Now, the problem with so many dogs is people don't always pick up after the dogs, right? And that's the problem I have. Walk around, you gotta watch landmines in the city. It's not real bad here in Medellin because dogs aren't loose on the street, which is good, but you do find landmines every now and then. You have to be careful where you walk, okay? And, sometimes people put dogs above human beings, okay? I know as a banker, when I worked in Orlando, we had this, I was a banker for a veterinarian. He specialized in cancer for animals, right? And this dude made over $1 million a year, AGI. He did, from his vet practice, because he specialized in cancer for animals, especially dogs. People would spend, thousands of dollars, if the dog is sick with cancer or whatever, for radiation treatments and so forth. That's a little crazy. I understand it, I get it, but you have to understand that me personally, dog is not the same as a human being. And if I had a choice of helping a human being save their life versus a dog, even if it's my dog, maybe this is the way I grew up, I'm going to save the human being's life. So the question to you guys, you can respond. If you had a dog you had for 10 years, a very special dog for the family, and he has cancer and it's going to cost like 10 grand or more for treatment to save his life or prolong his life, and you know someone that or child who needed money for care for whatever disease or whatever, would you choose your animal or the other person? Even if he don't know the person, you know of him but don't know the person personally, would you save your dog or a stranger, a human being? Tough question, huh? So throw it out there for you, all right? Let's see what the answers are. I'm just curious about that. And there's one story. So I lived in Houston, Texas, and with a neighbor, a pharmacist, owned a private pharmacy. Nice family, they had 4 dogs, all right? Big house, is 4,000 square foot, big yard. Everything is big in Texas, House is big too, big yards. And, usually you have kids. They had 2 kids, a son and a daughter, and the kids had their own dogs. And what happens when they go off to college, what happens? The dog stays home with the parents, right? So they're taking care of 4 dogs, and these weren't small dogs, they were huge dogs, So they had 4 dogs in the house. Sometimes I hear them daytime just yapping over there, going on crazy in the house by themselves. Because the parents are, at the pharmacy. They own their own pharmacy downtown Houston, And we went over there for Christmas dinner one time, right? December 25th, I think, or 24th. And the conversation of dogs came up, animals came up, right? And they said to us, they said something about the fact that, they would do anything to take care of their dog. And I made the comment that, look, when I grew up in Jamaica, if a dog got sick, and, is gonna need a lot of care, we'll just take him outside and shoot him, We're not gonna spend $1,000 on a dog. We just don't do that in the islands. I'm sure it's the same way in China and most of the world. I'm not gonna spend $1,000 to save a dog when when you're not wealthy. The couple got so upset that I said that. And some of their guests were looking at me like, you do what? I said, yeah, we're gonna spend $1,000 to save an animal's life. And we take him outside and we shoot him. The couple did not speak to us for months. Months. They were so upset that we consider shooting a dog and not saving his life. Be for real. People around the world don't have that kind of money to spend on animals. People eat dogs in certain part of the world. I don't condone it. I don't condone cruelty to the animals. So I want to get that very straight so there's no confusion. I'm not saying I hate animals, but I'm saying that, I'm not going to put them above a human being's life. That's what I'm saying. When I worked in Orlando too, for a bank, I had a good friend on the job, his name was Scott. And he confided in me that, he had this big collie, big picture of the dog, beautiful dog, big, hairy, but very furry, long hair, furry, coming to work with his suits full of hair, his shirts full of hair, and we talk about his dog. Oh, he loved his dog, I love his dog. So he lived by himself, right? Probably about 25, 26 at the time. And he told me, oh, I sleep with the dog. I'm like, you what? Yeah. When I go to bed, the dog is sleeping right next to me. This huge dog is sleeping right next to me on the other side of the bed. It's like a girlfriend. I thought it was so strange. You what? Oh yeah, man, that's my best friend. I'm like, holy shit, that's still a dog. And I've also heard of cases where couples, man and wife, would go in the bedroom and the dogs sleep in the bed with them, all 3 of them. Sometimes at the bottom of the bed, sometimes a third person in the bed, cross them, 1, 2, 3. I'm like, oh, that is crazy, man, that's crazy. That would never even cross my mind to do that. Sleep with a dog in my bed. So when the girls come into bed, you kick the girl out and keep the dog. It just doesn't phantom. It just can't register. You know. What's up, man? Let's talk about dogs some more, okay? So I'm convinced of one thing. You know, in the United States, you get a lot of reports about dogs attacking human beings. I've seen certain breeds of dog will attack people, man. You know, and I'm in the States. I'm scared of them. I mean, I'm really. If you're walking down the street and you see a certain type of dogs coming, you know, you said, "Ooh, let's just go to the other side of the street," or whatever, you know. And you hear cases of, I've heard of quite a few times in the States, even happened in Fort Lauderdale once, where this lady, you know, had these dogs that she had them from puppies, right? If you tell people their dogs might be dangerous, they'll swear to God, no way, my dog is nice, they never touch anybody, I had them from their babies, no for it. This lady had 2 dogs, 2 pit bulls, and one day they tore her up. The brother came home and saw her, you know, they killed her. And she had these pit bulls from their babies, okay? And you're saying, if you tell people like that their pit bull can be dangerous when you're around them, they'll swear on everything that the dog is now going to attack you, you're so nice. But certain breeds, you know, like the pit bull, they will turn on you, you know? This lady had the pit bulls from their babies, they're her pit bull in her apartment, and something happened, and they just ate her up. You guys might remember this. If in Florida, this happened a couple years ago, you know, in Fort Lauderdale. You know, so it may be in Plantation. It happened. So it happens often here. And I must say, since I've been here, I've not heard. Maybe I don't watch the news that much to know, but I haven't heard anything local about dogs attacking people. Okay, and I must say, see, a lot of German Shepherds are beautiful dogs, and normally scare me in the States. But these Shepherds, I see sometimes they're off the leash, and I said, they'll come to you and you pet them. They're not dangerous dogs. So it has to be the way you train these dogs, because the dogs around here in the pit bull and so forth, too gentle. I mean, they're gentle. They never attack you. I'm not scared of dog right now, you know. So it has to be the way they're trained in the United States, and somehow what they do to them, you know. I don't know, or don't get them outside and get them to run around enough or whatever. Okay. But that being said, you know, when it comes to dog and restaurants, I'm gonna tell you right now, I just don't like it. Okay? I was in a well-known restaurant, and when I promote, sometimes all you guys, a lot of my subscribers go to, you know, and I don't go there anymore. But they had a dog. Every time we were having lunch or dinner, where it was, we're all there in a restaurant. This dude brought the dog in, put the dog on the sofa with all of us there. A lot of guys looking around at each other like, this ain't right, you know. The dog's right there, hairy dog, right there on the sofa. It was a German Shepherd, I think. The guy put the dog down to sit down on the sofa, and we're all eating, looking at each other like, man, this ain't cool. The dog should be tied up outside, okay? So we're joking around, you know. I know guys didn't like it, joking around, and then somebody made a really funny joke, and we all kind of cracked up, you know, got up in a chair, cracked up. The dog got freaked out and started just going after us. I'm like, holy shit, the dog's in here going after somebody. He wanted to bite somebody, you know. He got spooked. And the owner grabbed him. He should have taken him outside and locked him up. He calmed him down and kind of keep him right there. I mean, he could have bitten someone, you know. Dogs should not be in a restaurant, because I don't want hair flying in my food, for one thing. You know, these German Shepherds are very hairy, and they, you know, you cannot have dogs in a restaurant. There's a Warner Reaper store close to where I am, and it says right there, no dogs allowed. That's what should happen at every restaurant, okay? I was in a restaurant in Plantation, Florida, a couple of years ago, right before I came. And we're all sitting in this guy, they had a restaurant inside and have some chairs outside, some tables outside. A young lady came by, probably in her low 30s, real nice lady, pretty young lady, okay? And this real nice German Shepherd there, looked pretty nice, pretty tame. She brought it, set it next to her on the table. Other brother came, you know, sat at the table next to her, wanted to get, I think maybe salt and pepper or something. Went over there to get it and asked her, can I get some? She said, sure. Reached over, that dog jumped on him. You know, I guess she thought she was going to injured a girl or something. I don't know. It's defensive. He went after him, man. The lady, thank God, grabbed the leash and just pulled him back real quick. And he was going after the guy, man. Like, damn. It didn't bite him because she grabbed it quick enough. But there again, a dog should not be in a restaurant. So one thing about dogs, like I said, I love them, but it should not be in a restaurant because I don't want them to attack somebody. And also I don't want them to hear my food, you know. Keep them outside. Your registered owners, keep the dog outside, all right? So I love dogs, but certain things I just don't like, all right? Don't forget to like the video anyway, because if you're a dog lover, like I said, I didn't say I hate dogs. I say I like dogs, but certain things that I want controlled. And personally, me, I want to see them outside running around on an acre of land. Subscribe and hit my video. Hit a like. Thank you. Appreciate all you guys. And one last thing about dogs. If you find a breed that can walk itself, pick up its own crap, and wipe its own ass, let me know. I'll get one. I'll get one. All right? I don't want to walk any dogs. That's why I want to when I have a finca. All right? Not an apartment. Bye.